Hello YouTubers, this is 777 Forever coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model. Today I'll be doing a review on the Gemini Jets AirTran Airways Boeing 717-200 in a 1/200 scale model. I pre-ordered and purchased this model from Choice Toys, whose store is based out of Overland Park, Kansas, here in the United States of America, and his website address is www.choicestoysinc.com. But first, allow me to share some information about this low-cost airline, if you would please. AirTran Airways was an American-based low-cost airline that was established in 1993 as Conquest Sun Airlines by way of the management of two small airlines, Destination Sun Airways and Conquest Airlines, with the co-founder of Conquest Airlines, Victor Rivas, being heavily involved in the establishment of Conquest Sun and operated under that airline's name until the airline was purchased by the AirTran Corporation in 1994 and was renamed to what is known as AirTran Airways. Then the airline was purchased on November 17, 1997 by the now defunct Valujet Airlines and became a subsidiary of Valujet, and the Valujet Holding Company changed its name to AirTran Holding shortly thereafter and changed the airline's name from Valujet Airlines to AirTran Airlines. Then fast forward to August 1999, that's when AirTran Airlines was merged into AirTran Airways as AirTran Airways became the surviving airline, whereas AirTran Airlines, the airline that was formerly known as Valujet Airlines, ceases to exist as an airline, as AirTran Airways continued to operate under that airline's name until September 27, 2010, when Southwest Airlines announced that they will acquire AirTran Airways and its parent company, AirTran Holdings, for a total cost of $1.4 billion US. Then fast forward to December 28, 2014, the merger between AirTran Airways and Southwest Airlines became official, and AirTran Airways officially ceased operations as an airline after 21 years of service, as AirTran's final flight was operated with a Boeing 737-700 on December 28, 2014, as AirTran Airways' final scheduled departure flight was AirTran Airways Flight 1 when it flew from Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport in Atlanta, Georgia, to Tampa International Airport in Tampa, Florida, which the flight used the call sign Critter as a nod to Valujet, which this route became Valujet's first inaugural flight. And prior to the airline's acquisition, the actual headquarters of AirTran was located in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Then the airline eventually moved its headquarters to Orlando, Florida in 1994, where the headquarters of AirTran previously operated from until the airline was eventually acquired by Southwest Airlines on December 28, 2014, whereas the airline's main hub and base of operations was previously located on the grounds of Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, which is located approximately 7 miles south of the downtown city center district section of Atlanta, Georgia, while the airline's other operating hubs was previously located at Baltimore, Washington, Thurgood Marshall International Airport, located in Lincoln, Maryland, a Baltimore suburb, General Mitchell International Airport, located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Orlando International Airport, located in Orlando, Florida. Also, prior to the carrier's acquisition by Southwest Airlines in 2014, the carrier previously flew to 69 destinations throughout the United States, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean, with the operating fleet of 140 aircraft that included 88 Boeing 717-200s, with no unfulfilled orders pending on this aircraft type, as these aircraft have since been transferred to Southwest Airlines, who is currently leasing these aircraft out to Delta Airlines on a lease-to-buy deal at the time this video review posts. And the Boeing customer code for AirTran Airways was BD, but since these aircraft were transferred to Southwest Airlines, the Boeing customer code for Southwest Airlines is H4, and now since this aircraft is now operating in the Delta Airlines fleet, the Boeing customer code for Delta Airlines on this particular aircraft is 32. Alright everyone, let's take a look at the front of the box you see here. We're going to start at the top part where you see the Gemini 200 engraved gold decal, the airline title, AirTran, the computer generated picture of the aircraft type, the 1/200 scale die-cast aircraft model, as well as the item number information at the lower part of the box. Now you're looking at the back of the box where you see more Gemini Jets information. Then you see the Boeing official license product decal, as well as their Gemini Jets social media Facebook page information there as well. Now you're looking at the top of the box where you see the warning information, as well as the Gemini 200 engraved gold decal there. Now you're looking at the bottom of the box, which is a flap right there. You also see the Gemini 200 engraved gold decal, as well as their website information page right there. You can go to their website and see about this model, any other model you might be looking for. Now you're looking at the left side of the box, where you see the Gemini engraved 200 decal, the 1/200 scale die-cast model information, as well as the computer generated picture of the aircraft type, and the item number information. Now you're looking at the right side of the box, the same information on the left side of the box I showed you earlier on. Okay. Now you're looking at the front of the box, with the box laying down on the table. And as I mentioned, this is a flap, so I'm gonna open this flap and let you see what's inside here. And this is what you see right there. You see the tripod stand that came with the model. Then I'm not going to do the model review on that one with that tripod stand. Like I told you, I'm done with them. I'm not going to do no more reviews with those tripod stands. And that's the horizontal stabilizer of the model. So I'm going to take this foam off and let you see the model inside of the packaging box. Check it out. And there's the model inside of the packaging box. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take all that out. All right. Now you're looking at the alternative model stand that I'm going to do the model review with. And it's more sturdier and strong structured and secure than the tripod stand, in my blunt but accurate opinion. But you see that black padding there, folks? The purpose of that black padding is to prevent your model from being damaged or scratched when you put your model on this particular model stand. Alright? Now, with all that information out of the way about the history of AirTran and how it operated strongly until it was acquired by Southwest, all the details here on this box, plus the packaging, plus the substitute model stand right there. And since there's no gear replacement for this particular model, with no further ado, here is the model out of the packaging box. Check it out. There it is, everyone. The Gemini Jets AirTran Boeing 717-200 in a 1/200 scale model. Now, allow me to share you some information about this particular aircraft, the Boeing 717, and how AirTran Airways played a big role in making this aircraft become a reality. Alright, even though Boeing doesn't make this aircraft anymore. Valujet Airlines, which later became AirTran Airways, became the actual launch customer of this aircraft type, the Boeing 717-200, as AirTran Airways took delivery of its first of 88 Boeing 717s that the low-cost airline had placed orders for back in October 1995, and received their very first Boeing 717-200 aircraft, which bears the registration ship number N942AT on September 23, 1999, and acquired its very last Boeing 717-200 aircraft, which bears the registration ship number N608AT on February 7, 2011, as AirTran Airways at one time previously registered and operated as many as 88 Boeing 717s in their fleet, as AirTran Airways was previously the world's largest operator of this aircraft variant until the airline was acquired by Southwest Airlines in late 2014, as these aircraft have since been leased out to Delta Airlines on a lease-to-buy deal as of August 2018, or at the time this video review posted. Now let's talk about delivery on this aircraft. This was the previous livery scheme of AirTran Airways, which was unveiled on June 10, 2004 at a contract signing ceremony that was held at Boeing Field, which is located in Seattle, Washington. And the first aircraft that began sporting this unique livery scheme was a Boeing 737-700 aircraft, which bears the registration ship number, N126AT, as the airline took delivery of its first of 100 of the new Boeing 737s to add to its fleet, as the livery scheme on this aircraft was painted white, reddish pink, teal green, and royal blue, as the logo version of AirTran was inscripted at the front of the fuselage, and the airline's website address at the time, airtran.com, was inscripted on the nozzles of the engine cowling, whereas the vertical stabilizer, which is known as the tail, was also painted in teal colors, which featured an A, prominent cursive A, which symbolizes the first letter of the airline's name, AirTran, as this was the airline's signature trademark livery scheme book from June 10, 2004 until the airline was eventually acquired by Southwest Airlines on December 28, 2014. So, with all that information out of the way about how AirTran became the launch customer of this aircraft, how they was the world's largest operator of this aircraft type, as well as the delivery scheme on this aircraft, with no further ado, let's get down to business and allow me to show you all the details on this aircraft model. Shall we? Let's roll. Alright, we're going to start at the front of the aircraft here on the port/left side, where you see the nose gears right here. The nose gear door right there with the fleet number on there. You see the static port. You see the nose cone. The Peter tubes right here. The cockpit windows as well as the windshield wipers right there. And that little deal right there by the L1 door, I had no idea what that was. If anybody know what that was, please post that in the comments section for me, please. And then you see the AirTran titles right there. You also see the reddish green and the blue teal and the tealish green right there across the aircraft. You see it going across the aircraft. Now you're looking at the landing bogey gears on this aircraft. You see the landing gear doors there as well. Now you're looking at the edge of the wingtip here on the port side, where you see the red navigation light as well as the strobe light on the edge of the wingtip. Alright, now we're at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, where you see the American flag decal next to the registration ship number. And this flag decal represents the country where AirTran Airways previously operated from as one of the major flag carrier airlines of the United States of America. And then you see the registration ship number next to the American flag decal, which is registration ship number N948AT. Registration ship number N948AT. This was the 8th Boeing 717-200 aircraft that entered the AirTran Airways fleet. And the first test flight on this aircraft took place sometime in November 1999 and was delivered to AirTran Airways on December 22nd, 1999. Then this aircraft was eventually withdrawn from the AirTran fleet on December 28, 2014 upon the airline's acquisition by Southwest Airlines, as this aircraft was soon ferried to the Phoenix Goodyear Airport aircraft storage facility in Goodyear, Arizona, where this aircraft was previously stored up at until it was cabin outfitted on May 14, 2015. Then was leased out and delivered to Delta Airlines on August 7, 2015, where this aircraft currently operates in the Delta Airlines fleet as of August 2018, or at the time of this video review posting. Alright, we're still at the back of the aircraft here, and you see these engines right here. These are the BMW Rolls-Royce BR715 engines that were used on this particular AirTran Airways Boeing 717-200 aircraft. And you also see the reverse thrusters right there, very detailed there, as well as the engine strike right there. Now I'm going to turn this aircraft model around, let you see the front of the engine blades, but the turbofan blades do not spin, but I'm going to let you check them anyway. Check it out. Now you're looking at the front of the engines here, right here, but the turbofan blades do not spin, as I mentioned earlier. You also see the lift of the wing there as well. You also got a better front visual view of the landing bogey gears here on the port side, the landing gear struts, as well as the landing gear doors. Alright, we still at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, and on that engine column you see the airtran.com decal. This was actually the previous website address for AirTran Airways, okay, if you didn't know that. And then you see the 709 right here, and this is the actual fleet number on this aircraft. And then you see the AirTran logo right here on the vertical stabilizer right there. This was the logo for AirTran Airways, which resembles that of the first letter of the airline's name, AirTran Airways. And then you see the horizontal stabilizers right up there on top of the tail. Now you're looking at the AirTran Boeing 717-200 from the rear view angle. You see the engines, the engine fan blades there, as well as over here as well, and the horizontal stabilizer here and here. Now you're looking at the front of the aircraft here on the starboard side, where you see the nose gear doors featuring the fleet number on the nose gear door 709. You see the static port, the nose cone, the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the AirTran title, as well as the front bulk bin door. Now you're looking at the landing gears here on the starboard side, featuring the landing gear doors. And then you slide over this way. You see the edge of the wingtip there, featuring the green navigation light as well as the strobe light. And now you're looking at the back of the aircraft here on the starboard side, where you see the American flag decal, the registration ship number, the engine here with the airline's former website address right there, the engine strikes, the reverse thrusters, and underneath here somewhere there is the rear bulk bin door right under there. Okay, as well as the fleet number right here, there, and the Airlines logo on the tail fin of the aircraft. Check it out. There it is, the Airlines logo on the tail fin of the aircraft, painted at teal green in the horizontal stabilizer. Alright, before I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model in full detail, I'm going to let you check out one feature, which is the rolling gears. It don't roll that good. You see that squeaking? Yeah, it's all good. But anyway, it does tilt. But the nose gear on this aircraft does not swivel. So that's another downside of this aircraft model. But other than that, it's all good. So no further ado, allow me to show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model. Check it out. Now you're looking at this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view. We're going to start at the front here, where you see the nose cone, you see the pitot tubes, you see the cockpit windows, as well as the windshield wipers in that black part. Then you can see the high frequency antenna, and then you see the AirTran titles on both sides, the anti-clears and beacon light right there. See the American flag decal, as well as the registration ship number on both sides. See the engines there, see the fleet number. And that little hole there, that is the APU exhaust right there. And the horizontal stabilizer right there. Now let's check out the wings. You got the wing walkway, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve right there. Oh yeah, fuel dump valves right there, along with the strobe light right there. Let's check out this side here. Wing walkway, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers. Then you see the fuel dump valve and the strobe light on the edge of the wingtip on this side of the aircraft. Now you're looking at the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft, where it's mostly in teal green and reddish pink. You see there. See the nose cone, the nose gear door featuring the nose gear, a couple of high frequency antenna, the front bulk bin door, the hole where the stand goes in at, the Gemini Jets logo, the anti-clear and beacon light, another high frequency antenna. There's the rear bulk bin door right there, the pressure relief valve, the engines, and the horizontal stabilizers underneath. Now just check out the gears. Okay, you see the gears there, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you. That's the fuel dump valve and the strobe light on this side. And then let's check this side out. The gears, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you. The fuel dump valve and the strobe light on this side of the aircraft as well. Okay, since I'm going to show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model in full detail, now I'm going to put it on that alternative model stand that I showed you earlier. So with no further ado, here is the model on the stand. Check it out. Alright, fine, got this model on the stand with no problem, no hesitation. On it, stand on it pretty good, a lot better than them tripod stands, I can tell you that much. Now you're seeing this model being displayed in a takeoff landing position on the port side. Now you're looking at the front of the aircraft in the takeoff landing position with the model on the stand. Now you're looking at this model being displayed in the takeoff landing position with the model on stand on the starboard side. Now you're seeing this model being displayed in the takeoff landing position from the tail cam angle. Alright, since I showed you this whole model and all the angles with this model on the stand, and since there's no gear replacements, I'm going to go ahead and take this model off the stand and go in and wrap up this model review. Alright, let's talk about the seating configuration. The AirTran Airways Boeing 717-200 aircraft seated 117 passengers in a two-class configured cabin layout. Here's the breakdown, everyone, from rows 1 to 3, which will be from here to about right here. You have 12 business class seats, and rows 10 to 31, which will be from here all the way back to the rear of the aircraft. You have an additional 105 economy class seats, which brings the total 117 seats. And finally, from 1999 to 2014, AirTran Airways previously utilized this aircraft, the Boeing 717-200, on routes mostly throughout the United States, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean from the airline's former hubs of Atlanta, Baltimore, Milwaukee, and Orlando, Florida, respectively. All right, everyone, this will conclude this model review. I'd like to know if you got this model or you plan on getting this model. This model is still available. You probably want to snatch it up because it's definitely going to be a collector's item. So with that said, take care. God bless. Stay tuned. There's more model content coming. Peace.